What is up, players? It's WarbossTae up in Smug doing a very quick overview of the final part of my Dreadfleet project. It is the scenery pieces. I wanted to show them off because I think they are really fun to paint. They are terrific looking and well sculpted pieces, and I wanted to show them off. So basically the stonework is just 2 coats of Skaven Blight Dinge, followed by a dry brush, heavy dry brush of a mixture of Averland Sunset and I believe it's Talarn Sand, and then shade, or actually paint on some patches of Castellan Green, watered down Castellan Green to create like moss looking effects, or just dark green growths and algae. And then for the bottom, for the water line, just BL10 green, find a nice line where you want to create that high tide mark and then just paint that on. So that's the stone. For the castle work, it's just basically black, have it on black, and then highlight with Dark Angels green and then Sotek green. And then do, for all the stone and the castle work, I did a very, very light dry brush of white at the end. So it kind of pops out those corners. The lava is basically just, I think it was corn red, then Averland Sunset, then some white in the hottest areas, and then black in between. The white stonework here is Celestra Gray highlighted with Vallejo's white paint, or you could use ivory. I found that white is a nice cool bluish white that works really, really well. The final pieces are these really nice looking ocean debris ones, and for the shipwrecks is the same color scheme that I use for the Shade Wraith, which is basically Celestra Gray shaded with BL10 green and then highlighted back up with Celestra Gray, and then finally white color added in. So again, I use Vallejo's white, pure white paint. Beautiful. These shipwreck pieces are just so well done. So yeah, if you are painting this, you definitely don't want to scrimp on the scenery pieces. You got a dwarf shipwreck here that I just painted up with Mournfang Brown and then Rizza Rust, and then I did a very light edge highlight of Mithril Silver to create a kind of rusted wreck in the ocean, just kind of floating along there. And my favorite, Leviathan Isle, so named because it is basically just a giant tortoise, or turtle. What's the difference? Tortoise is land, turtle is sea, ocean, and a bunch of shipwrecks, and then there's like a little town built on top of it. So again, using the black stonework for the castle piece you saw earlier. The roofs are just corn red shaded with Agrax Earthshade and then built up with varying degrees of red again. And the bone is Rakarth Flesh shaded with Agrax Earthshade, built up with Rakarth Flesh, and then for some highlight on the edges, adding in some ivory from Vallejo. So I'm very happy with this project. I'm very pleased that it came out as well as it did. I'm going to be doing a final wrap-up video that showcases all of it, so stay tuned for that. If you'd like to commission my studio to work on something for you, then please contact me at WarbossTaeStudios@gmail.com.